Hello and welcome to Simuldub Saints, your guide to seasonal anime dubs. I'm your host, LaserKid, and with me as always is my trusty co-host.
Hello, I am Archangel, lover of cat girls.
You've been listening to our theme song, Wherever I Go, from front of the podcast, Ampren. Please check out their awesome music in the description.
And in this episode, we actually have a sponsor again. As usual, somewhat eccentric. Apparently the business name is Devil May Cry. So more about them at the end.
Ooh. I have a note here that says that they've been killing demons dead since 2001.
Yeah, that is indeed what it says.
Well, we got a bit of news before we get into our topic today. Frieren Beyond Journey's End anime unveils new Season 2 character visuals, and I'm totally using this as an excuse to remind everyone, it comes back in January, y'all. We're 4 months away from Frieren. Soak that in.
Doesn't look like any major outfit changes.
I don't see any major outfit changes either. Like I said, it's just an excuse to talk about Frieren. Go, oh, look at the pretty. It's coming back.
Yeah, well, it'll hopefully help me emotionally recover from Christmas.
Indeed. Well, you want to know something that's going to probably make you go completely happy?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly the greatest Alchemist of all time has Season 2 announced.
Good. I mean, it's not like the greatest show ever, but it's
you
fine.
liked it.
It's good.
I enjoyed it too. Yeah. But you liked it more than I did, and when I saw the news, you were the one I thought of.
Yep. I mean, I am the trash meister, so.
I mean, I like trash too. Actually, my current sub-only recommendation is scooped up by an S-rank party. Way better than it has any right to be.
Okay, noted.
And that goes to everybody. No dub on that one, sadly. I might be giving Why Isn't the Stubbed award to that one, to be honest, depending on how it ends.
Fair enough. Well, I have one too, but we'll get to that at the awards.
Indeed, which is a little ways away still. Thankfully, because I don't want to do another one of those events for a little bit.
And I'm turning down my headphones, so it doesn't deafen me when we say the next item.
Chainsaw Man the movie Reze arc gets an earlier US release on October 24th. And they've got a new dubbed trailer and a recap video. Holy shit! Chainsaw Man is back, y'all. Peak is back, and it's coming to your theater in the United States. You gotta love that. Indeed. If you thought I was gonna yell louder than that, Ark, I'm too tired for that shit.
Alright, well, I know you, so.
You know, if I wasn't so dead today, I probably would. But I'm running on reserves. Well, today's topic is actually a fun one. We would have covered this at some point anyway, because I liked it too. But every week when we're like, okay, what do you want to do? Usually Ark's like, whatever you want to do. It's fine. I might put up a list and be like, maybe that one. You came to me, I need to talk about this. Yeah. That is unusual for our topics, but that's what led us to talk about our topic today, which is Lord of Mysteries.
Yeah, well, this is a show that, especially in the first few episodes, but still now, I usually mute myself, but I just have to say aloud every time, this is so fucking cool.
It is so fucking cool. I completely agree with you. It's also incredibly complicated and intricate. We're not going to do what we normally do. We're not going to go describing the plot to y'all episode by episode. We'll give you some surface level and basic ideas, but this is one you can listen to, and you're not really going to spoil much. We might you might learn some things you might wish you hadn't known. If you want to go in blind, go watch Lord of Mysteries.
But before you go, the only piece of warning I'll give you before we enter spoiler territory is this is not a show where, at least without many, many watchings, you're really going to understand exactly what's going on. It's more of an experience.
Yes, which
especially to begin with. It's confusing as fuck. Just roll with it. It is.
Episode 1 is very confusing. but it does explain itself by the time it's done. I feel like it's pretty well explained after that.
Yeah, it definitely, it's not just chaos. That much is obvious, but there's just more going on than it has time to actually sit down and explain.
Yes. Now, again, what I'm trying to mention here, while we will probably give you some spoilers for if you listen, we're not going to be doing play-by-play, so if you're willing to hear basic descriptions, this is actually one of our safer episodes for you to listen to before you watch a show, I'd say.
Yep, but this is still the bucket on headline, so...
Yep, bucket on headline. So if you want to know nothing, and I highly encourage you to do this, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. This, to me, is on a level with Zenshu for show of the year.
Yep, oh god. That's gonna be...
It's gonna be so hard.
Yeah.
I think Zenshu's still got a lock for him because of the message, but I mean, this is so good.
For me, this might edge it out, but
I could see that. And we still have a whole nother season after this, so who knows what's gonna happen.
So, now that the people who have gone to watch are back.
Yes. The Lord of Mysteries, the story of a man named Klein Moretti. Well, kind of. It's actually the story of a guy named Zhou Mingri, from a software engineer from modern-day China, who transmigrated into this weird fantasy world, into the body of Klein Moretti, who shot himself.
Yeah.
Klein should be dead, but he's not, because Zhou transmigrated into him, and so now he's Klein.
I think it was, if I recall correctly, it wasn't so much an unaliving. It was either a failed or succeeded ritual, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yes, we're going to get into that here in a minute. It was not... I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, the isekai thing doesn't really factor into it after that point, that I recall.
No, not really. And half the time, he never uses his real name. I had to go find it, because I knew I'd
actually forgotten about that until you mentioned it. So.
I had to actually look into it. Well, I felt like it was worth commenting. But Klein Moretti is voiced by Joshua Waters. That's Soga Kugisaki in My Hero Academia Vigilantes. And that is Mr. Spiky guy. I'm angry all the time. Starts out as a bad guy, ends up helping at the end. And, of course, Gilbert in Unicorn Overlord. This guy...
Very, very good match for this guy.
Oh, no, this voice is amazing. Joshua nails his part as Klein. So Klein Moretti was friends with the Antigonus family, and they were doing some crazy rituals of their own. Yeah, this world is full of magic and rituals and all kinds of crazy shit. But whatever happened to with that ritual with the Antigonus family, they all died. And in his last page on his notebook, he says, not on the Antigonus family notebook, but on his journal, Clever is like, yeah, no, they're all dead, and I'm probably not going to survive either. The memories that Zoe has access to within Klein is definitely fractured.
Yeah, actually reading it, just as a side note, I'm pretty sure that's actually that's pronounced Zhao.
Zhao, okay.
At least that's what one of my colleagues who has that first name, that's how he pronounces it.
Well, then I will take your word for it, because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Chinese. So, as we all know, I can't pronounce
have a feel
shit.
for it, but that's about it.
As we all know,
also, it doesn't help that the transliteration system we use from either Mandarin or Cantonese to English just is bad.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I can't pronounce shit anyway, so like, what else? I regularly mispronounce people's and characters' names on this podcast. I'm terrible. I hate myself sometimes.
I've seen so much worse. Anyway,
So Klein is thrust into all this, or Zhao, however you want to look at it.
He's Klein.
We're gonna call him Klein from here. That's they never use his he's hiding the fact that he transmigrated. He's actually afraid he's gonna get found out.
I'm not even sure he remembers at this point. He's got so caught up.
Oh, I think he does. They made references to he's the way poem is still available. It's just gonna take a while.
Oh.
You remember his tarot reading?
Yes.
He knows who he is, and this is a man of many hats. Klein is...
So this is... this is a world of very interesting magic. It's a little bit Ancient Magus Bride. It's a little bit SCP. It's a little bit... I'm not even sure what else. It's a little bit Girl Genius.
A little bit Cthulhu Mythos.
Oh yes, a little bit Lovecraft. It's very chaotic in this, deliberately so, in the sense that I feel like that's what it's like to be caught up in this stuff. It's weird.
It's weird. It's creepy. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
this is
gods running around, good, bad, and neutral.
There's terms for fantasy. I wouldn't call this a dark fantasy, but I'd say chaotic.
Yeah, I would call it, certainly in terms of its aesthetic, it's pure steampunk.
Yes, definitely.
But the emphasis is not on technology, but rather on that similarly Rube Goldberg / Heath Robinson sort of magic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now that I think about it, what if we applied steampunk aesthetics and feel of the technology, but applied that to magic? Does that sound about right? Okay.
I'd say that's fair. That's not the first time I've seen that combination, but the difference between what I've seen before and this is incredibly intricate, and yet it's chaotic and yet intricate. Like there is a whole system of classes and levels and how you continue on to progress on a path.
We'll get to that in a minute, but also just the different gods. It feels like it feels real in that respect, because
it does
tend to be messy.
It's messy, which, like you said, it makes it feel real.
Yep.
And like I said, Klein wears many hats in the middle of this. He's Klein Moretti, a family man. He's got, siblings he's taken care of. He's also the transmigrated man. He's also brought into this world of crazy magic by the Nighthawks, who are the defenders.
So it turns out that through either because of the ritual or whatever, he's what's known as a Beyonder, which is somebody who is able to use magic.
Yes.
It's their term for mage or sorcerer.
Yes, Beyonder. But that he's not just a Nighthawk. He also got himself in with a group of other Beyonders, or at first they were aspiring Beyonders, and created a club, the Arrow Club.
So I think we're jumping around too much, just like we're being too much like the show.
I didn't mean to get too. I was trying to get to the Tarot Club.
So what happened to him first, the Tarot Club or the Nighthawks? I forget.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go with the Tarot Club first, since you want to talk about it. So Klein, I think it was when he was asleep.
This is also where the title comes from, so.
And this is more my interpretation. He basically inadvertently creates a mind palace, if you're familiar with that concept. And if not, go Google it. I'm not going to explain it. And
for those that are unaware, I'm not going to explain on what that is, but I'll say basically he's got this little mental sphere where he's created his own dimension of sorts. That's the lame answer.
There's two other people who are trying to contact somebody in the hopes of being Beyonders, and he lets them in. And they take him to be some sort of god or master sage or something, and he just kind of rolls with it.
And he
because he doesn't want to break the illusion.
The Fool.
Yep, which is the main character / first card of the tarot. Because the tarot at least the major arcana tells the story of the fool's journey to find the world. So,
and these two are looking to become Beyonders, and they do, and they constantly confer with each other and with Klein. The first of which is Audrey, who chooses the Tarot of Justice. But Audrey Hall, who is voiced by the legendary Alexis Tipton. That's Memel in Zenshu. Man, we're mentioning Zenshu a lot. Go watch Zenshu, guys. If you haven't watched Zenshu yet, this is your daily reminder to go watch Zenshu. Mei Hatsume in My Hero Academia, and Iris in Fire Force, along with many, many, many other amazing roles. And that's something I'm going to say now as I was preparing this document. The voice cast on this are a lot of legendary people. I'm going to be saying legendary a lot today.
Indeed. And so Audrey is apparently a very high-ranking noblewoman. And our other friend in the club is, while certainly not down and out, he is very much a commoner. That would be Mr. Alger Wilson, or perhaps I should say Captain Alger Wilson. I think he's a ship captain, if I'm not mistaken, who chooses the major arcana of the Hanged Man, voiced by Daniel Van Thomas, also known as Adonis the Question in Bye Bye Earth, and Ditus in Nina the Starry Bride.
Yeah, well, and yeah, the Hangman is what he uses for within the Arrow Club.
Yes, so the major arcana are the face cards of the...
Yeah, but I was trying to be clear because not everyone...
Right. Well, everything I know about the tarot I learned from Cyberpunk 2077.
But not everybody played Cyberpunk 2077, so I've got to be more I'm trying to be clear.
Okay, so if I say major arcana, I mean one of the face cards. And each of the face cards, there's like 20-some. Each one has its own symbolism. It's
come up
and
again
this
because
and that.
those are the three we've heard.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of one of his two connections to magical stuff as a Beyonder. But the other is when he gets involved in things that are messy. Because, as we mentioned, he was connected to the Antigonus family. And they have a notebook that a lot of people are looking for.
Yep. And he was, I think, trying to find it on his own.
He was.
So this attempt is detected by, I'm going to just go ahead and call them the Mod Squad. They are sort of a division of the local police, also under the local church.
They're just called
the Nighthawks.
Yeah, they're the Nighthawks.
Yeah, but technically for example, they have like actual police badges that they'll flash when necessary, things like that.
Oh yes.
But they're all it's complicated, but
there's a lot that goes into they're led by
they're the local magic cops.
Yes. They're led by their captain, Dunn Smith, voiced by Brian Mathis. That's Elias Ainsworth from the Ancient Magus Bride. You brought that into being.
Yep.
And Monkey D. Garp in One Piece, among many other amazing roles, actually.
Yeah. And now that you say it, I could totally hear that it's the same voice as Elias, but he doesn't have the filter on this time, so it sounds like a different person. But it's that same gorgeous voice.
Oh, yeah, no, Brian Mathis. Amazing. I want to see him more. I love whenever I hear him, he's great. And this is
very calm, collected, and authoritative.
This is a very you character.
Oh yes.
Oh god.
But it's my sort of GM PC. I wouldn't make a PC who's all collected like this because that's boring. But a GM PC to guide and direct the characters very much.
Yes, for role playing, yeah. And then I'm not sure which of these next two is more me, but these next two are definitely me. Okay. Leonard Mitchell, aka I'm the main character, you guys. I wish I was making this up.
Yeah. Well, that's part of his Beyonder shtick, right?
Something like that.
His voice, but
that's what he has this like magnetic energy about himself. He's also said he's made it clear that he's got secrets that he's not telling, and he knows so does Klein. He doesn't know what they are, but he's just kind of like, yeah, you got it too. He is voiced by the legendary Ian Sinclair. That is Space Dandy himself, Brooke in One Piece, Choi Jong-in in Solo Leveling, Tsukasa in Dr. Stone, and that list goes on and on and on and on, and also one personally my favorite voice actor. Leonard is fun to watch because he has fun
This is
doing what
this is the type of character to literally hand you a rose, unironically.
Yeah.
I think he's that kind of guy. But he is also, as flamboyant as he is actually not in any way a jerk, or even that arrogant, I don't think.
I
And
think he's a
is
little arrogant.
Incredibly competent.
He's very competent. And especially off the last episode that we watched, he cares a lot.
Oh yeah.
He puts a cover on being like, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's an act.
Yeah, well, I think he falls under the famous observation by the early pilot Dizzy Dean that if you can do it, it ain't bragging. So he's fun.
He is very fun. And then there's my favorite character. I don't know about you, but this is my favorite character in this show.
He's fun. Yeah. My favorite is probably Klein himself, but yeah.
I could see that.
Definitely number 2. You go ahead.
That's Old Neil, voiced by absolute total giga legend Kent Williams, ladies and gentlemen. George the Ogre in Yu Yu Hakusho, Father in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Sid Barrett in Soul Eater, Mr. Compressed in My Hero Academia, Go Gung-Hee in Solo Leveling, and so many more. Goddamn, whenever I hear Kent Williams, it's a good day. And he nails the whole nail.
Yeah, so he calls himself Old Neil. He's basically the resident expert on alchemy and these potion things. So I suppose this is our cue to take a sidebar and talk about potions. The way that you develop your Beyonder powers is, I think you actually you choose to begin with. It's like picking a class in D&D. There's 9 levels of each track, and there's I think they know how many tracks there are. Some different ones are aligned with different gods or goddesses, which means some of them have to be very carefully watched because they're aligned with evil gods, which is not to say that their practitioners are necessarily evil, but that they're more vulnerable.
Yep. We should mention that the Nighthawks themselves are under the Evernight goddess, who appears to be the good goddess.
Yeah, one of them at least, and one of the major ones. Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of theology discussed.
No.
But she does have a very large and organized church that uses a lot of Catholic aesthetic, at least in terms of the clothing and so forth. All right, so how do I put this? Not all the potion recipes are known, or even the names of the different. So each tier in each track has a name. And then you have to find out what the name is. You have to brew the potion successfully. You have to drink the potion. And then it takes time to digest it.
And it's not just time. You also have to, do certain things.
You have to live it, essentially, as it turns out. So
yes,
it's this
living it is not obvious all the time. It's you kind of got to figure that out.
Yeah, so there's very much a self-actualization, not really Jedi, but not Jedi sort of thing, in the sense of self-discipline and or lack thereof as required. So Klein is actually offered. I think there were 3 different potions that the tier 9 potions, which is the lowest tier, that the Nighthawks know, and he chooses Seer, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's the character with the insane perception stat and the ability to do scrying and dowsing and divination and things like that. And he slowly but surely he's starting to become pretty OP with it, I'll be honest. And the way that they do...
what we can tell based on his work with the Terror Club, he is ridiculous. He's just, but working through the potions...
He's ridiculously talented.
Yes. With the potions, the thing is that you're a level whatever, but the higher the number, the actual less powerful you are. The lower the number, the more powerful you are.
As I said, yes. So, and then you need to, once you're fully digested, you need to acquire or just get the recipe for your next one, brew it, and then
Many
you'll
of which
advance
are
to the
lost.
next one. Exactly, or just were never known in the first place, aside from the fact that they must exist. And not many people make it past 8 or 7, from what I understand.
We haven't seen many past that, no.
Right.
7 is considered very powerful, what I've seen. And I imagine, now this is pure speculation, but we have seen people go beyond human into the monstrous. I wonder if that's what happens when you go too far in.
I don't think so, because that's I don't think that's the same thing, although it is possible that you become something more or less than human. We'll see.
Now,
I'm sure we'll see at some point.
I don't think that's necessarily the case for the ones we've seen. The ones we've seen are people who lose control themselves.
Yeah, we haven't. We'll come back to that. I'm sure that eventually Klein will go all the way to Potion 1, because that's how these stories go. But that'll take quite a long time.
He's the special one, of course.
Yeah, it's almost the end of the season. He's just now made it to 8. Yeah, but so one of the coolest things, the things that usually make me fangirl, is when Klein. I use the word. I know what I said.
Okay.
Is when Klein will be trying to figure out, like, where is somebody or where did they go or something, and he'll oftentimes, do the thing, and then he will. The way they portray it is just so fucking cool. And my favorite things he does is he's taken to carrying a cane, and he'll like stand it up and let it fall, and that will give a direction. So cool. But then his mind will go ahead and think, and so he is becoming, he's good as a seer, but also seer itself seems to be, if you use it properly, pretty OP. Because it's not a combat thing, but on the other hand, knowledge is power. Like, he's being able to predict people's movements now. That sort of ridiculous shit. He's
useful because he can send the people who do the combat shit where they need to go. You always need a support class.
Yeah, but he also is proved to have balls of steel as well, because which is
balls of steel and lack of brains.
Well, yes, but because the thing is, Klein is kind of especially seems to come across at the beginning as a very mild-mannered and retiring sort. He's very soft-spoken. He's very sweet, actually.
Well, it's funny is
when things come down, he just has no fucks to give when push comes to shove.
What's funny is his introduction to the Nighthawks. He was running from them because they were trying to get a hold of him in connection to the Antigonus Family Notebook. He didn't seek them out; they sought him out, and not because they think he did, but because who he was. And they're like, "Oh, you got to know something. We're gonna probe your mind here and find out what you know." And he's like, "Nope, you're not finding out. I'm beyond her. Nope, nope, nope." But for whatever reason, they didn't. Or if they did, it just wasn't mentioned. It's not, sorry, not beyond her. Sorry, that's the wrong term. They're not aware that he was afraid they found out he
transmigration. Yeah, I don't think they would care.
Well, no, I think they would, based on his reaction, and that came from the memories he had as Klein.
Oh, interesting.
But they didn't seem to pick up on that somehow. I'm waiting for that shoe to drop.
Basically, it's you're a wizard, Harry. Here's your letter to Hogwarts.
They're like, hey, come work for us. Basically,
yeah, they made him an offer he can refuse.
Yes, he very much could have refused. They did not force him.
But on the other hand, I mean, while they weren't starving exactly, he and his brother and his sister were not in the best of economic circumstances, and this job, as it turns out, pays quite well.
We've landed comfortably in the middle class.
Indeed. So there's that in his siblings don't know what his new job is the thing.
No, they think he's just working for the government.
Yep, which is not wrong, but
yeah, well, I mean, that's probably for the best, because if something got a hold of them.
Exactly. So we got those. Now, the thing about being a Beyonder, having magic, is eventually pretty much everybody, or nearly everybody, loses control and it turns into a monster of some description for some reason. And I do mean everybody.
It's just the nature of the beast. They make that pretty plain early on.
Yeah, it's the whole stare into the abyss thing.
And I'm not going to go into details because we said we wouldn't spoil, and I don't intend to, but it does happen to some people we get to know, and it's really sad.
It's a regular plot point, yes, even into major characters at some points, and it's horrific, but it's the way the world works.
I actually kind of think it's interesting. It's one of those, you're doing this, you can save the world, you can protect a lot of people, but your candle's burning at both ends. You're gonna burn out. It's very self-sacrificing path.
Yeah. And of course, not all Beyonders are good naturally, and so we've dealt with
some real nasty customers. Evil clowns, a witch who used to be male and became female.
Yep. So, it's that whole thing reminded me of the guy for the Silence of the Lambs, that whole vibe he gave off, only he was actually able to do it. So, gave for magic, I guess.
There are some real creepy bad guys in this, real creepy monsters, real interesting to watch play out, and it's really fun when they get into the depths of it. Like, one of the things that the captain can do is put the people into a dream state where, they can walk around that dream state and try and either help them out or stop them or whatever. And some of the shit we see like that is crazy.
Oh yeah. This is just, like I said, bonkers. Now, the animation itself, I don't know what kind of budget they were working with, but holy shit. There's no expense spared on the animation. And this is from, if the name of the protagonist didn't give it away, this is a mainland Chinese production. And this seems to me, because we looked at the history of this studio, and they hadn't really done much.
There really hadn't been much.
So this feels like, for them particularly, and also this feels like, I don't know, this is just speculation now. I'm not going to bring too much into this, but one of my hobbies is geopolitics. It feels to me like this is the mainland / CCP trying to make a statement, breaking in, saying, hey, look what we can do. And honestly, this sort of dick presentation I can get behind, because you're making something cool. There's no political message in this one way or another. It's just fantasy. If this was how evil totalitarian regimes competed with one another, I'd be a lot less hostile. And that's all I have to say about that.
It was originally a novel series written in China, so this is definitely of Chinese origin. Fully,
yeah, and I'm totally cool with it. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. It's the animation is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, this is my, so spoiler warning, this is my number one for visual.
I probably have to agree with you. If you're wondering, the animation company is BCMA Pictures, and you almost certainly haven't seen anything else they've made. A lot of pretty girl, like magical girl shows that I have never heard of.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not really our forte.
No, certainly not. But I mean, I've actually watched a lot of magical girl shows, but I've never heard of any of these.
Yeah.
Which probably means it just...
this feels like a talented animation studio that made their bones on... Like if this was video games, I imagine like a team that made their bones and cut their teeth making shovelware license games, and now they want to make something they want to make. That's the feel I get from this. And holy shit, guys.
There are a few things they've made that I recognize. Bureau of Paranormal Investigations being the big one. But also, actually just more of that, the second season of that. That's the other one I've seen them make, where I've actually seen it crop up before. So they have done some other thing.
Right. So yeah, again, go freaking watch this if you haven't already done so.
It's absolutely worth your time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can say much more about it than we have. How about you?
My only thing is, we're almost to the end of the season, and it's been quite a while since we've seen the Tarot Club. So I want to know what happened. I also want to know what happened with Audrey and her new friend.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Yes. Bark, bark.
Indeed. So, yeah, it's like you can't drop a plot point like that and not follow up on it. For fuck's sake, guys.
I'm worried about the doggy.
Oh, she'll be fine. That's not the point. The point is what happens. I want more talking doggy.
We just
she accidentally her dog knocks over a potion. It's a golden retriever. It knocks over a potion and licks some of it up. And so she asks, what happens if an animal consumes some potion? He's like, why are you asking? And she's like, oh, no reason. And he's like, I have no idea. And so she's like, I guess we'll see. And it turns out her dog has started to talk, but she's still a dog.
As an absolute lover of golden retrievers in particular, I want to know that that dog is doing well. Anyway, yeah. Definitely worth your time. Highly recommend it. It's crazy. It's incredibly well animated. The art design is absolutely top tier. The music is good. You want a spoiler from me about awards? It's probably winning the best ending. But any closing thoughts, Ark?
Nothing I haven't already said.
All right. Go check out Lord of Mysteries on Crunchyroll. Well, today we are sponsored by the Devil May Cry company. No, silly. Not the video games. Those are just promotional material. Do you have a demon problem? Is Cthulhu calling collect again? Are you dealing with a macabre cult and you just need it gone now and you're fresh all out of bitch be gone? Well, worry not. The professional demon hunters of Devil May Cry have your back with pizzazz. Devil May Cry, because demon extermination needs some smoking sexy style.
Okay. I mean, well, it is true that the world doesn't need a hero, it needs a professional, but...
Well, they're not just heroes. Heroes with style.
Well, that was my favorite tagline for The Witcher 3, but...
Yeah, basically, pretty similar profession, honestly.
Yep. Pretty much.
Although, I guarantee you, Geralt and Dante with each other. They're very opposite personalities.
I would love to see them sword duel. That would be something to do. Because they're both very acrobatic fighters.
Dante's a sword master, so that's absolutely a possibility.
Yeah. So, yeah, swords only, no guns.
Indeed. Well, I suppose that leaves us to clean things up a bit. Ark, where can the people find you?
Just getting ready for our big customer conference at work. So we've all been running around like chickens with our heads cut off. And yeah, playing a lot on Harmony Station on Space Station 14. The new DLC for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, which is great for what it is. Schedule. There's a lot of little bits and pieces I've been playing, but nothing huge. I've actually been making progress in Abiotic Factor, which is, oh my god, this game just keeps going and going and going in a good way.
All right. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid when I remember I have a Blue Sky. And you can find me over on the Toonami Faithful podcast with friends of the podcast Sketch and Kuro, along with several other awesome people, where we talk about Toonami. If you like anime, and I assume you do, given you're listening to this podcast, check out Toonami Faithful, where we talk about anime on Toonami. As for the Simuldub Saints, you can find us right here on YouTube, where the main video is hosted for the podcast. But we also have the episode up on Spotify if you prefer your podcast audio only. You can also find us on social media at Simuldub Saints, both on Twitter and Blue Sky. And we have a Facebook group, which I post new episodes as they come up. Well, that about does it for this week's episode of Simuldub Saints. So until next time, see you later.
Burn my broken shell to new style, to be free.